greetings from UAE. Sherry is saying hello, everyone. Sherry Desireth, well, I think I'm saying that right. Happy holidays from Southern California, Kaboom. Thanks for all the leadership and thank you for joining us, Sherry. Dr. Vincent Henderson is saying hi from Razorback country in Arkansas. We got a football guy on, that's for sure. Oh, we've got Dr. Bill Williams has his mug. I can see, I see both mugs, your mug and your mug. Look at this. We've got, oh boy, everyone's going fast. Michael from Florida. Hello. Donna from Kentucky. James from North Coast Dominican Republic. I love going to the Dominican Republic. Hello. Those of you who are watching, we're in over 200 countries. This company is unbelievable. You're going to learn about it. And you're going to see why everyone's tuning in from everywhere. Mao is here from Montana. Okay, Francisco, we'll have someone answer that question. Clementine is saying hello from Denver, Colorado. Okay, so we're going to get started very, very soon. Welcome, everybody. It looks like we've got the recording going. My name is Susie McCrae, and I'm a founder with ONPASSIVE, coming to you from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. As you see on the screen, there's people from everywhere as panelists. Today, you're going to learn about a business called ONPASSIVE, and we're going to open it up to Q&A, and you're going to hear stories from people as to why they joined and jumped on board as a founder. So go ahead down in the Q&A. We'll do our best to get back to you with any questions you may have. This is a public webinar, so there may be things that we can't share on this that we can only share in our private webinars, but we'll do our best to work around that. If you want to jump on board and become a founder like the rest of us, which we truly believe you're going to catch the vision and want to do that, reach out to the person who invited you and they will help you sign on, and you're going to have the journey of your life for a future that is going to be unbelievable. So welcome, everyone. I'm going to turn it over either to Mike or to Marty, who are going to be masters of ceremony today.
So hello, everybody, and welcome to this call. Welcome from around the world. Just, I know that Marty's recording this, so I want to make sure that we do a little bit of housekeeping to start out with. I want to, if you're not going to be speaking, please mute your mics so we don't interrupt the person who's presenting. And in the video, if you're going to be like doing the dishes or, out in the yard mowing the lawn, something kind of crazy like that, turn your video off because it always ends up under the presenter and it's a little bit disturbing. So we appreciate that. A little bit of housekeeping there. My name is Mike Cord. I'm in sunny California, born and raised here. Been a general contractor here, for most of my life. And so, David, if you could mute your mic, thank you. It's been very, very good for me. But things happen. We started coming together doing this Saturday hangout, and we just kind of talked about why we were doing ONPASSIVE and what it meant for us. And it grew from just a couple of people to 30, 40 people. And today we have over 300 and growing. But we'll probably reach 1,000 people on this Saturday chat and hangout. I know that we have some new people here today too, that they're either kind of new to ONPASSIVE, or maybe they've been with ONPASSIVE for a while. And I'm sorry, maybe they've just been introduced to ONPASSIVE. So we will have, again, if somebody could mute yourself, appreciate that. We will have Mike Ellis coming out and sharing with us today, for the new person, what ONPASSIVE is and why it's important, why the founder position is important. So he's going to give us a little presentation today. So look forward to that. So again, it's like, I'll go back to 1 year ago today. I had my construction business had built to a multi-million-dollar company. We were having our Christmas party. Had 35 employees with all of their family, they're at the house. And we were looking forward to 2011, moving forward with the projects we had in progress. We had 7 buildings that we were building at the time. And we had 4 of those buildings taken away from us because of a a disaster in our area. A gas line blew up underground, blew up a whole city block of houses. And there's nothing I could do about it, but I lost millions of dollars in projects, which really kind of shut my company down. Had to let 35 employees go. And so since then, it's been just trying to find something to get back to a retirement. I'll be 62 on the 11th of January. I would have been retired very comfortably. So when I learned about ONPASSIVE, it was because I was looking for a product or a service that would help me build another business that I was working on. And so when I finally wrapped my head around it, it was a year earlier I said no to ONPASSIVE. Somebody finally shared it with me again to enlighten me that, okay, this company is going to do marketing for you. They're going to guarantee signups for you no matter what you're doing. And they're going to guarantee traffic. So finally got my head wrapped around it. And I was excited about that. But as I learned more, so when I first came into ONPASSIVE back in March, there was no place that I could go to learn about ONPASSIVE. My upline really didn't know. They didn't have a place where I could go and learn. So I got on Facebook and I got on YouTube and I started searching. As I reached out and I kept searching, I found, first I found, I think it was Marty DeGarmo through Facebook, then also Mike Ellis's YouTube videos, which are great. Really got myself more informed about what ONPASSIVE was about. And then Dan Street, as I got connected with these three guys, Mike, Marty, and Dan, definitely got to get a better understanding about, okay, ONPASSIVE really is a business within itself that is going to be far superior than anything else I was doing. So that got excited about that. Got to know, again, Mike, Marty, and Dan, got really tuned up, and we started having more of these calls. And here we are today. Now we're at almost 350 people on a fireside chat the day after Christmas. How cool is this? This is awesome. So a little bit about Mike Ellis. He too is also a builder in Colorado, working towards retirement. Marty DeGarmo was our Facebook guru. Together, him and Mike, Marty, and Dan Street. Dan does blogs. These guys have figured out how to do marketing over the years, and they've done very well at it. So enough about me. This is about you. And again, if we have some new people here, this is Mike Ellis is going to come out and kind of share with us what ONPASSIVE is, give us a nice little presentation. And again, why it's important, especially right now, to think about if you're looking at this to become a founder. So Mike, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, Mike, thanks for the introduction. You know, we all think about living in abundance. It's kind of where we all want to be. Mike talked about it just a few minutes, and it's the place we want to be. But in order to live in abundance, you have to know how to develop wealth. And if you don't know how to develop wealth, you'll always be in that place of lack and need. And today, I'm going to share with you very, very quickly, and this really is for the new people that are here that are just starting to explore ONPASSIVE. I'm going to share with you some really unique things that have never been done before, online, offline, in business as a whole. And it was developed by a gentleman by the name of Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh is the CEO of ONPASSIVE. He is the visionary. He is the brain trust behind ONPASSIVE. And what he's done really is unique because it solves that problem for us to find a way to build wealth and to get out of those financial woes that we've all had at one time or another. So as we think about ONPASSIVE and the things that they are doing today, they will show you a way forward. And ONPASSIVE, it is a massive, massive business. But Ash, because of his genius, has made it very, very simple for us, those individuals that want to come on and build wealth. And that's what I'm going to talk about just very, very quickly. Believe me, you will have more questions after I'm done, but that's what this fireside chat is all about. We will answer those questions. But I want to talk about 4 concepts that Ash put together that would show us a way forward to start building wealth online. And it's very, very simple. Once you understand these 4 concepts, once you put them together, you have found a home, you have found a way forward, and you have found a way to build that wealth. The first thing Very, very simple. As you come in and you start to participate with OnPassive, it is a self-funding business. And all that means is you will go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. Very, very simple. But that has never been done online before. I've been in many, many programs, and I can tell you, they will milk you dry until you quit. That's just the way it is. That is not OnPassive. You will pay once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. The next one is extraordinary. As you come in and start to participate with OnPassive, OnPassive is going to force you to be successful. All that means is they are going to make sure you make money. In fact, they are going to guarantee that. You will make money as you come into OnPassive. Now, I have never had an argument against that. Everybody loves that, and they hope it's true. And originally, when I came in, I wasn't sure it was true until I looked at the numbers, how OnPassive was structured, how the play plan was structured, and more importantly, Ash Mufareh, he's not coming in to hoard the wealth. He's coming in to share the wealth. Because of those things, you come into OnPassive, you will make money. How's that going to happen? OnPassive, again, these are things that have never been done. They truly are revolutionary. What OnPassive is going to do is you come in and start your business with OnPassive. They are actually going to grow your business by driving traffic. This is such a big deal. If you've been online any amount of time, well, even offline, online, offline, you know how difficult it is to get good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing. It's a really, really hard thing to do. OnPassive is better than anybody I've ever seen, including myself, Dan, and Marty, and we've been doing this about 15 years now. We're pretty good at it. With OnPassive, we just pale. We just pale in comparison. And to give you an example of the kind of traffic OnPassive is going to be driving for all of us. And when I say all of us, those are the individuals that have come in, become founders. That is a $97 position. It locks you into OnPassive. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. Really important. But what OnPassive is going to be doing for us is driving traffic. And an example of the kind of traffic they're going to be driving, about 3 weeks ago, Marty, Dan, and I, we had a couple of videos. And Ash Mufareh saw the videos. And he said, well, you know, I'm going to run a little bit of traffic through these videos. And keep in mind, a little bit. And as he did that, normally we get between, I don't know, 3,000 and 8,000 views per video, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but not much. And Ash started driving a little bit of traffic. And in 4 days, we got 250,000 views on 2 videos. That is extraordinary. That had never happened to myself or Dan or Marty. This is the kind of volume that OnPassive is going to be driving for all of us. And OnPassive is primarily a customer-based, product-based business. They are an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. And the majority of the volume that they're going to be driving underneath us is going to be customers. Now, it will also be other individuals that want to participate with OnPassive, but it will primarily be customers. And they will be coming in by the millions. That's the kind of traffic OnPassive is going to be driving for all of us. The last concept is just as important as the first 3. It is a customer-based, product-based business. That's what OnPassive is. They are a massive company. Right now, they have over 50 products in OnPassive. They are all proprietary. They are all built from the ground up, cutting-edge technology. And as customers come in and start to use these products, they will love them. That's how much better they are than what's out there today. And why are they going to come in and use these products? They're going to come in and use the products because it does a couple things. Number one, it makes their life easier, their work easier. I love that. And number 2, it will make their bottom line better. Everybody loves that. I'm going to give you a quick example of the kind of customers that are going to be coming into OnPassive as they launch to the world. And we're getting very, very close to that time. One of the tools of OnPassive is a webinar service. Kind of what we're doing today. We're doing a webinar with Zoom. Zoom is massive. They're one of the big dogs on the block, and they are a multi-billion-dollar company. I believe as OnPassive launches to the world with this one product, the webinar product, that Zoom, over a very short period of time, will be out of business. In fact, with this one product, I believe OnPassive, in the course of a year, could become a unicorn company, a company that has a value of $1 billion. That's one product. There are 25 other companies that have a webinar service online. I believe we're going to take market share away from all of those, and in a year's time would become a unicorn company. Now let's add the other 49 products, because they're all just as good as the webinar service. They are absolutely stellar. And we know today, moving forward, that as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, ONPASSIVE will be a unicorn company. In fact, their value will be about $3 billion day one. Now, understand what I just said has never been done in the history of the world. It's never been done online. No company, the day they launched, has become a $1 billion company. What Ash Mufareh has done for us, those individuals that come in, participate, become founders, pay the $97, they've given us the opportunity to participate with everything on ONPASSIVE and get to that place where you're actually developing wealth and you have abundance in your life rather than lack. This is what Ash has done for us because he has a heart to serve and he wants to share all the proceeds of ONPASSIVE with those individuals that are participating with ONPASSIVE. This is ONPASSIVE. It was made for you and I. It was made for you to find a way forward to actually start building wealth. So this is a quick introduction into ONPASSIVE. If you have any other questions, just throw them at us. We've got some great talent on this webinar today. There won't be a question you ask that we can't answer. Mike, I'll turn it back over to you and keep the ball rolling.
All right, thank you, Mike Ellis. Just really appreciate Mike Ellis so much coming out and being the spokesperson for us. You know, I go back to my first webinars that I was doing, the Zoom meetings that I was having, and I didn't really have the answers, and Mike come out, and it's like every time he come out and spoke, just like he did today, and I'm sure you'll agree, I got more excited, even today, in his presentation today, because it just sinks in a little bit more about those customers that are going to be coming in, and how many and how much that's going to do for you. Harvey, can you mute, please? Thank you, Harvey Green. There you go. Thank you. So again, just really appreciate you, Mike Ellis, and then Marty DeGarmo, Dan Street. What a team! So many people on here, so many leaders coming out again, hanging out on this Saturday. Just really appreciate. So I'm going to turn this call now over to Marty because this is really, you know, Marty's team and Marty's people here. I got a lot of people on the call myself. Appreciate you all coming out. Appreciate all of the panelists being a part of this today, and that's really what this is about. We're going to get to hear some from some people and hear some wonderful stories. So I'm going to let Marty take it over from here. So again, just to really appreciate you all coming out. Hopefully you're having a wonderful holiday season here, and we're in for a season of our lifetime. Thank you, Marty. Pass it over here.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Both Mikes. Mike did a shorter version. It's longer when we do a regular opportunity type team build. But we have this fireside chat. I believe this is the third one, and they've done very well because people open up and tell their journey or why they got into ONPASSIVE, or they ask questions, or it gives a chance for everyone to say something instead of just my big mouth and a couple of us other ones. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And a little about myself. I'm 60 years old, be 61 next month. I've been online forever, since 2004. And I was looking for ONPASSIVE because it gives a chance for anyone to make money, anyone and everyone, not just somebody that knows all the skills or had the time to learn the skills. It's not about just mindset. It's not just about how many books and all that. Yeah, it's great to read books, but you need a company that gives you an even pitch where you get the same fair chance as anybody else. And ONPASSIVE is that company. My second thing about joining this company is I wanted, it means nothing if I don't know who the CEO and the owner is. And about a year ago or a little more now, I got a call from Ash Mufareh and started to get to know who this guy is. Never met anybody like him, I can honestly say that. I've traveled all over the world. He's got the skills, the resources, and the knowledge to do something this big. And the difference is where Jeff Bezos built Amazon, he's keeping 99% of his profits. That's why he's a multi-billionaire, and Ashley Forrest giving away a bulk of his money that he makes to us or other founders. And I don't care how long you've been online, very few people here any longer than me. There's nothing out there like ONPASSIVE. Like I said, Mike gave a short version, but go ahead and look around. There's just nothing that's going to guarantee your success and build your business for you. And if you have a passion in something else, they'll build that for you. So it's amazing. It's amazing what you have your hands on if you really take a look at this. I had people try to compare it. There is no comparison. You can't say, well, this is like, no, it's not. I'll tell you right now, no, it's not. I don't care what the name of the company is, it's not. It's not an MLM. It's not email marketing. It's a hybrid of everything good. It really is. It's a hybrid of everything good. Products that are in high demand right now. For example, Zoom that we're on now. They made $129 billion this year. They made 19 billion last year. They raised over $100 billion in 1 year because of the pandemic. But they got limitations. This Zoom that we're on right now is paid for by Ashley Forrest, and I believe he's paying something like $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 a month to have the capacity that this will hold. In ONPASSIVE, when it launches, the webinar service has no limitations. And it's one of like 50 products for close to $200 a month. It's unheard of. And every time somebody purchases, you get a piece of the pie. It's that simple. But today is more informal, where we get to meet other people. I see hundreds of names every day. I do a live every day, and I see all these names, but I never really get to meet these people. I like to know people, why they're here. What was it about ONPASSIVE that said, bing, I think I want to do that. And about the journey and what you plan on doing when you become successful. Because I believe not just people that build a big team, but people that came in and have no one. When it launches, their team is going to grow. That's why ONPASSIVE is so great. You could come in here, build no team at all, and day one, the company's going to start building for you. And remember, there's a lot of leaders in here that have built teams. I looked back on me, Mike, and Dan, and we've created sets of three anyway, hundreds and hundreds of sets of three of what you would call overflow. And that's for people downline. And when we first got in, it was deliberate. We said, we're not going to worry about what we get. Let's create overflow. And that's what we've been working on for about 20 months now, going on 2 years. And like I said, you couldn't be in better hands. We all saw the building behind me, 5-story building that's been leased for 9 years. It's got 5 floors, and each floor is being redone with hundreds and hundreds of laptop computers and techs, the highest techs in the world, the smartest engineers. And by the end of this month, the next couple of days, they should have 1,000 people that are working for ONPASSIVE. You don't do that if you're not planning big. So that's just to put a little bit of a spotlight on that. But anyway, what I want to do is, anybody, Red's here now, but anybody, if you have a question or you want to make a comment or give us your story, I want to hear it. And all you have to do is unmute yourself. Let's try to be careful with each other. I know there'll be some overlapping by accident, but if you have a story, let's hear it. Or if you have questions, unmute yourself and do it. And if you're in the attendance and you want to come on and ask a question, just raise your hand and I'll bring you on. But this is very laid back. This is not, nobody's being judged. Don't worry about dumb questions. That's my job. I ask every dumb question there is because I don't care. I want to know. I want to know. No matter how dumb it is, I want to know. So if you think you're going to beat me in a dumb question, I doubt it. Okay, you can go ask Ash. I ask many of them. So anybody got anything, let's get this ball rolling. That's what we're here for. and the first one that gets on wins a car. Hey, Stuart Molyneux, go ahead, buddy. Unmute yourself. You don't want a car, by the way. I just said that to see her.
No, shame for that. Marty, thank you very much for the invite. And yeah, I just want to give you the reason why I joined GoFounders and how it happened. But what I want to do is give a little bit of history of myself first and how I got to it. In 1990, somebody invited me to the house to have a look at something that's going to change my life and change my future. And I went there, and some guy was selling a dream and drawing circles. I was a businessman. I had a construction cleaning company, but those circles changed my life because all of a sudden I could see there was a future, and I could see there's a way out of what I call the 9 to 5, 40-40. I joined the company. I built a small team. I spent 18 months traveling up and down the south coast of England, doing trainings and presentations and stuff like that. And but it wasn't for me. The politics of the company wasn't what I liked, and so I decided to look around. Well, I've been through various companies since. I started off with health companies, ones that looked good. I stuck with them for a while, found out that the biggest obstacle we had was auto-ship, and people just could not afford the auto-ship. The products were good, they lasted longer than what it was, and they kept building stuff up. And the other thing was, of course, they couldn't sponsor. And if they did sponsor, they seemed to sponsor the friend or the husband or the wife, and they couldn't sponsor either. So we ended up like, ugh. And that went on for a few years, and then came the internet. And yeah, I mean, the first lot was like belly to belly, shaking hands, facial, you know, going out there and talking to people. Internet was totally different. It was something like, wow, rock and roll, we can go for it. Unfortunately, I turned into a frog. I was hopping from one leaf to another, from one, what do you call, shiny object to the next one, picking up people, sponsoring like mad, spending maybe 10, 12 hours a day advertising, paying for adverts, paying for this, paying for that. And yeah, I went through quite a bit. But I always had the belief. I actually believed in the free enterprise system. I actually believed in this is the way to go. There has to be one of these products or one of these companies that's going to do something sometime, and I want to be there when it happened. And yeah, I got caught. I lost a lot of money. I made a few bob, lost more. And well, I've got some notes here, so I'm pretty old. Sometimes I forget things. Right. The other thing is, I only ever promoted one company at a time. I thought you could only chase one rabbit at a time, so I only did one company. I did not want to diverse myself over there. And this went on, I say, for quite a few years. And my wife, you know, say to me, Stuart, why are you doing it? It's costing us money, you're not getting anywhere. And Thomas Edison always come to mind. And the story goes, it might not be the correct way of doing it, but the way of saying it. But one day, Mrs. Edison went to see Thomas, and she says, Thomas, why are you doing this? You know, you just spent, you know, you just failed 1,000 times. And Thomas says, Mrs. Edison, I haven't failed once. I've just found 1,000 ways it didn't work. And that's what's kept me going. And I always say that to my wife as well, so she can't argue with me. Right. On November 9, 2018, I had an accident in France and smashed my arm and broke it in 3 places at the top and my shoulder. I was 73 years old, and I was working, and I was working in windows and glass and glazing and stuff like that, but I couldn't work after that. I was finished. And it's a bit of a shock. I was stuck in France for 2 or 3 days, because that's where it happened. We went over there for going to buy some wines and things. And I came back to the UK, but I mean, I couldn't drive for 8 months, and we had a lousy Christmas. You'd say lousy Christmas, but you know. And I worked with a man called Dennis Snelka. We were sort of worked as buddies. We were going through things, and I rang him up before Christmas, and I said, Dennis, I've had enough. I can't do it anymore. I've got no money to build a business. I'm fed up of feeding people that just sit there waiting for me to do something for them. I'm just fed up. I just can't take it. I'd actually lost my confidence, and yeah, sad time. Anyway, come the 27th of December, which is 2 years today, Dennis sent me a message and said, Stuart, I want you to have a look at this business. I know you don't want to join it, but I'd just like your opinion on it. And he said, just let me know what you think. He said, I joined it yesterday. He says, I'm already in. He said, it's $97 to get started. So I said, fine, okay, I'll have a look at it. And the first thing I saw was Ash Mafara. Well, I was in WS for many years, but I used it just for the product. I never built it. And that was the beginning of GDI that Ash was doing. So I knew that he had a good name. I knew he was a big builder, and he had a lot of credibility. So that made me think, okay. The thing that made me stop was I didn't have to sponsor anybody. I didn't have to sell anything. And I thought, well, how can you build a business? You can't sponsor and you can't sell. Oh, Dennis sent me a couple of videos, and I went through the videos, and I got, yeah, that was good. I got very excited. And then I thought I'd go through the compensation plan, which was what it was then. And going through that, I could actually see how it worked. And I got excited. And lucky enough, I just had a pension paid in. I had no savings.